What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. It's another day in the brand new suite. Yeah, I'm inside. I just came from my walk. Couldn't do it outside because I didn't have enough juice. Didn't have enough juice in my phone to be able to stay outside, because I would have loved to do it outside, because it's a beautiful day, great day for a walk, great day to be able to get out, get some exercise, get that vitamin D. The sun is shining. Go out and get some vitamin D this morning from that bright sun that pours down on us. We want you to be able to do that this morning. Your health is your wealth. It's Tell the Truth Tuesday, Talk to Me Tuesday, and I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that your health is your wealth. The things that we do, we can't have any kind of wealth if we don't have our health. I don't care how great you think you are, or great that you want to be. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And the great mind of Steve Jobs, for everything that he was and the brilliance that he was, he didn't have his health, and his health was what took him away. But when we have the mindset of making our health a priority, we tend to do the things, and hopefully we live a longer life and live a life that we're expected to be able to live, and work in the capacity that we're supposed to work in to accomplish what it is that we need to accomplish. So that's what we're here to do on this Tell the Truth Tuesday. Y'all know what we've been doing all week this week. I want you to say this, we are the intentional entrepreneurs. We are intentional about what we say. We're intentional about what we do. We are intentional about how we act, how we move, everything that we do. We want to be intentional. Yesterday, we talked about the purpose-driven action, taking action and being purposeful in those actions. Today, I want to talk about strategic planning. When you're intentional as an entrepreneur, as a leader, you must be a strategic planner. You must operate with a plan. So I'm going to give you 3 things today in order to be able to operate intentionally from a strategic planning sense, and then we're going to be done. But strategic planning, and being intentional requires planning. You got to set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. That was the SMART goals, y'all. If y'all didn't get it, I'm going to say that again. Set specific, measurable, achievable, accountable, I put that other A in there, relevant and time-bound goals for your business, for you, your business, and your brand. You have to develop a roadmap, a GPS. I call it's your GPS. What's your business GPS system? I'm gonna have to do that one though. Y'all got me doing another one. It's gonna be your GPS. Your GPS system for your business and your brand. The steps needed to reach those goals. You have to have regular reviews and adjust your plans based on feedback and changing circumstances. And we're going to talk about that this week. But when you have strategic planning, when you're doing your plans for the week, this is the last day of April. This is the last day of April, y'all. The last day of April, which means we're getting ready to go into a new month. What is your strategic plans for May? We're in the second quarter. April, May, and June is the second quarter. What are your strategic plans thus far that you've had for April? What are your strategic plans for May? And then what are your strategic plans for June? I want you to sit down today. That's the homework today. I'm coming in early with the homework. I want you to sit down today and develop your strategic plan if you haven't already. Or if you have, I want you to take a look at it for the month of May. And what does that look like for you? Map it out. What are your goals? What are your your expenses? What is your income? Look at those things. What do you want to achieve in the month of May? And I want you to begin to strategically think about how you're going to go about achieving. So let's get into these the three ways that you can strategically plan. First is you got to set clear objectives. What's your objective? Like I said, what's your objective for this month? Intentional entrepreneurs begin strategic planning process by setting clear and specific objectives. These objectives should be aligned with the long-term vision and purpose of your brand. By clearly defining what you want to achieve, you can focus your efforts and your resources on activities that will make them closer to your goals. If your objective is to expand and have a new product, how are you going to launch that new product? If you need to address a particular product that you have, take a look at it, whether it's doing well, it's not doing well, you should keep it taken. You got to have a plan for how you're going to be able to do that. I have a client I'm working with. We have a patent that she has, and we're trying to strategically plan how we're going to get her investors. I have an event coming up. And I have to have a strategic plan on how I'm going to market the event, market and market me being a part of the event. So there was certain things that I'm doing in order to be able to play my part in the event doing well. And then the host of the event has his plan, strategic plan, objectives, what he wants to achieve, what he wants to achieve in the event. And so his objective, the overall objective, mine plays a part in that, because I have to if I'm going to play a part in his objective in achieving a successful event, I've got to do those things in order that I need to do in order to be able to assist in making it successful. So what's your objective? What is your objective for this second quarter? And how are you going about planning, which I'm going to get ready to get into, your strategies, and being able to achieve it. So first you got to have an objective. What's your objective? That's number one. Number two, you have to identify your key strategies. What are those strategies that you're going to be using in order to be able to achieve your objective? Intentional strategic planning involves identifying key strategies that will enable your brand to achieve its objective. It may include developing new products or services, entering into strategic partnerships, expanding distribution channels, or improving operational efficiency. Entrepreneurs should carefully evaluate each potential strategy based on its alignment with your objective, feasibility, and potential impact. Say, by selecting the most effective strategies, you can ensure that your resources are allocated in a way that maximizes the chances of success. So, what strategies are you putting together? In order for us, like I just told you, my client that has a project or a patent that she's launching, there has to be a strategy behind it. So we're putting together a strategy on how we're going to be able to reach her target audience for the patent, and then we have to have a strategy how we reach them initially. What's the follow-up that we have to have? How do we have in place those we're putting in place those strategies that she needs in order to be able to maximize the exposure, how we're going to market it, how we're going to brand it. And then we also have to have a strategy on how we're going to show the benefits of her patent. It's phenomenal. But if we don't have a strategy for how we're going to be able to show how it's phenomenal, then your strategy should be. I use a sales strategy that I use. It's called the guest the guess theory. And the guess is an acronym for gathering information, understanding the need, explaining the benefits, supplying options, and time to make a decision. What's up, D? Morning. That's the guess theory. That's the guess strategy on how you sell a product or how you present a product to a potential audience. I'm going to say it one more time for you. Gather information, understand the need, explain the benefits, supply options, and time to make a decision. That's a strategy that I have. That's the strategy that I use when it comes to my brand. And so what's your strategy that you have for achieving your objectives? I have products that I have, or the objective for the products that I have, but if I don't have a strategy behind them, it's not going to make any difference. So, number one, you got to have an objective. This is being intentional, y'all. This is being intentional about having a strategic plan. You have to have an objective. You have to have a strategy. And then the third one, here's the last one, y'all. And then we're done. You have to have regular reviews and adjustments. Regular reviews and adjustments. Intentional, being intentional as an entrepreneur, you should recognize that your strategic planning is an ongoing process that requires regular review and analyzing financial metrics, monitoring market trends, soliciting feedback from your customers, from those that you serve, from those that work for you and work with you, and assessing the competitive landscape. And then based on those areas where there's a need, you can correct it. If it's something that's working well, then you say, hey, okay, how we're doing this well, how can we enhance it? If we're not doing something as well, okay, what do we need to do to adjust it? Is it something that just isn't working, or is it something that we can adjust and it'll work? Give you an example of that by continuously, I'll give you an example in a second. By continuously reviewing and adjusting your strategic plans, you as an entrepreneur, you can ensure that you remain agile and responsive by changing market conditions and opportunities. When you give yourself the ability to be able to open, to adjust, to shift, to move, and you're constantly and consistently reviewing your product, your services, and how it's doing what you got to be in tune to what those that you serve are saying to you. You got to listen to them. You got to be open to them and listen to them. And through that, you're able to make the adjustments that you need to make. I gave to you one of the products that I had for myself. I had to do an assessment of it. I got some feedback from other entrepreneurs. They gave me the feedback, told me what they thought that I should do. I made the adjustment, and it's a better way of putting my product out there, and service out there. But if I wasn't open and I wasn't willing to review it, and I wasn't willing to make the adjustment, I would have continued down the same road that I was going without it getting any traction or with the product not doing well. So you got to be willing to be open and review your product and service and decide whether or not it's new, whether or not it's working, whether or not it's just something that needs to be totally done with, revamped, or something that can work. Second example, and then I'm done. Second, I'll give you an example, is McDonald's with the McRib. If you remember, the McRib was something that they had as a part of their continuous part of their menu. Well, there was some, I guess the research that they did on the McRib, it wasn't something that was catching on, regularly, consistently. So what they decided to do was, hey, we're not going to totally get rid of it, because there's some people that it was enough feedback that said that people did like it. But if you notice, and I want you to pay attention to this, you might not eat it because I don't eat it, but it was a great marketing, great example for what we're talking about here, strategic planning, and having a reviewing and adjusting, having a strategy and having an objective. Their objective was to launch the McRib, right? It's a brand new sandwich that you're going to love and everything like that. The objective was for it to do well. Put it out there, market it, brand it, part of the McDonald's menu. They had a strategy. They had a marketing plan that they put together and everything like that. And then upon reviewing the numbers and how the McRib was doing, it wasn't doing as well as they thought it was doing, but they didn't want to totally get rid of it. Because if you notice, the McRib will be out for a while and you'll see the marketing done for it, but then it'll go away, right? It'll go away for a while and then they brought it back. So it wasn't that they totally thought that it was just didn't need to do it. It just wasn't working. It wasn't something that people wanted, but it was enough people that wanted it that they could keep it and bring it back periodically as a part of their special menu. Because, and that was a strategy in and of itself, because they thought that there would be enough of a need and it would draw people to it if they took it away and brought it back. You got to have an objective. You got to have a strategic plan. You have to have a strategy, I'm sorry. And then you've got to review and adjust. That's how you strategically plan. That's how you're intentional when you have a strategic plan. If you use these three principles in order to be able to strategically plan and be intentional as an entrepreneur, I truly believe your business will be more successful, your brand will be more successful, your product and services will be more successful, and overall you'll be more successful. And this is for any business, y'all. This isn't a industry specific, you know what I'm talking about here, tools. Being intentional has to do with every business. I don't care what industry you're in as an entrepreneur. I want you to be intentional this week. We're being intentional this week. I want you to be intentional in your strategic planning. I want you to have an objective. I want you to have a strategy, and I want you to review it. Because I want your brand to be as successful as it possibly can. But it can't be if you're not intentional. You can't be if you don't have a plan in place. So I want you today, I want you to we're at the end of the month. I want you going into May, strategically planning how you're going to achieve your goals for the next month. My objective, here it is, y'all. I know. What's that? I know, D. There it is, right there, 50 and 30. That's my objective. That is my objective, bruh. That is my objective. 500 subscribers in 30 days. That's my objective. One of my strategies in being able to achieve that is to come and talk to you daily, to get you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'm not just saying it just to subscribe. I actually believe there's a benefit for you in subscribing to my channel. You'll get the information. I would put the information that I give you on my YouTube channel up against any other people out there that are giving information. That's how confident I am in my channel and what I produce on a daily. I am that confident in what I'm giving you. Because I know my objective every single day is to make you better. I wake up asking myself, how can I make the entrepreneurs that watch me, that listen to me, that hear me better? Just by 1%. 1%. That's my objective each and every day, is to make you 1% better. My strategy is to give you these tools, strategic planning like this, being intentional. That's my strategy. Coming here, and being on the different platforms to be able to do it, talking to my those that I serve, making sure that I'm achieving that objective by being in front of them, and then reviewing what you all are saying, what's being said, and then making the adjustments from that. That's how you become intentional, y'all. As an entrepreneur, we've got to be intentional. And the way that, look at any successful entrepreneur, and I promise you, they are intentional about what they do. From the time they get up to the time they lay their head down on the pillow at night, they are intentional. I want you to be intentional today. If these are, like I said, if these tips are helping you, assisting you in any kind of way, and you want to be more intentional, then connect with me. Reach out to me, DM me, and say, hey, I want to be more intentional. I told you, because we're reclaiming our time and we're avoiding burnout. And you can't reclaim your time and avoid burnout if you're not intentional. The entrepreneur briefcase is there to assist you to do that very thing. I promise you. When you begin to focus from that standpoint, yeah, it's a game changer. Let's be intentional in the second quarter. Let's be intentional going into the month of May. Reach out to me. The entrepreneurial briefcase is here to assist you to reclaim your time, to avoid burnout. But most of all, it's there to assist you to be intentional about the moves that you make, to give you a strategic plan for how you're going to get to where it is that you want to be. And I ain't even going to say get to where you want to be, get to where you need to be. You need to be where it is that you're planning to get to. So I want you to think about that today as you're going through this day, through this week. I am intentional. I am an intentional entrepreneur. I'm speaking to myself, y'all. Y'all might not get nothing out of it, but I'm sure enough getting something out of it. I'm amped about this, about being intentional. I want you to be intentional. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. We will see you all tomorrow. I want you to go out, have a super fantastic day. Like I said, get out, get some of that vitamin D. I want you to get that exercise in, get that water in, drink more water. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a super fantastic day. Peace out.